Now we will discuss on the alerts management. And alerts management is the version 5 and version 7, SEM version 5 and 7, like both are the we have the configuration is a little bit different. Now we are into the version 7. This is the latest version. So I have already sent that document like a how version 5 will work and how version 7 will work. Both I have sent. But anyway, now all the clients are using version 7 only. So now we will see the version 7. But still, if you want to know how it is working in version 5, that is also I have sent that document, Sandeep. So what is the alerts management and why we need the alerts management? Alerts is nothing but like to give a message. If any exceptional things are there in the system, it will generate a message. Say for example, always the forecast value should be positive. Say for example, we have the 10,000 products are there. In the 10,000 products, 2 products are having the negative forecast value. So if user manually will check the 10,000 products, which are the products have the negative forecast values, it will take a lot of time and it will be like a lot of efforts. Instead of that one, if we trigger a message automatically, only this product A, product B having the negative forecast values, so that directly user will go and check those particular 2 products. So here just it will finish in the 2-3 minutes only. The job will be finished 2-3 minutes. Otherwise, if you don't have any alerts, if he is manually checking, it will take 2-3 days. So this is the advantage of the alerts. Like whatever the exceptional things, we can create a alert and we can generate a alert so that user directly go to that particular issues and they can check into that issues instead of checking everything in the system. And another example, yes. Yes. And another example, for sales orders are greater than the forecast values, then we will trigger a alert. Say for example, unexpectedly some months the forecast values are less compared to the sales orders. So if you give a message, so that manually they will add some forecast values and they will release to the S&P for planning. Otherwise, we will not able to send the proper planning data to S&P. So the supply will be shortage there. And this alerts is a separate topic in the APO. Like you can see, supply chain monitoring. It is a separate topic, and this alerts management you can use across all the modules in the SEM. Like you can use in the demand planning, you can use in the supply and planning, and PPDS, GATP, and TPVS. Like that, you can use in all the modules this alerts management. It's not specific to any module. Across all the APO, you can use this one as the alerts management. So here go to this supply chain monitoring and go to the alert monitoring. Go to the current settings and /SAP APO AMON settings. If you go to here, first we need to create our own alert. Say for example, I want to generate an alert for the negative forecast value. So I will create my own alert type. So for that one, go to maintain alert types for the DP and S&P. If I click here, so it will take, like here already existing alert types are there, but I want to create our own alert type. And here you can see the alerts are 2 types. One is the database alerts and another one is the dynamic alerts. So we can create database and dynamic, any type of alerts. So what is the difference between the database and dynamic alerts? The database alerts is nothing but like once the alert is generated, it will store into the database. So at any point of time, like you can go and refer that alert. And once the issue is solved, then we can delete it. So once it is deleted, again you cannot able to see. But the dynamic alert, whenever you are running some planning, for example, if you are running the statistical forecast in interactive planning. So that time dynamically the alerts will be appear, but those are not saving anywhere.
Okay.
But normally this dynamic alerts we are using in the PPDS. But coming to the DP, yeah, PPDS, production planning and detailed scheduling. But normally the DP and SNP we are using the database alerts only. And now I want to create our own alert type. So select the database alerts. We want to create a database alert since we are creating for the DP, and go to this new entry. Here you can give some value, like for example alert number you can give some any number, 7003 I will give, and priority. So what is the priority? So based on the issue you can give a priority. Like a negative forecast, we don't want to allow the negative forecast, so I will give as a, like in the SAP we can create a 3 type of messages: warning, information and error. The same thing like here also we can use it. Like you want to error type of message or warning or information. Based on the alert impact we can choose the priority. Some are only for the information purpose, just you can give information. Like for example, I want to check in the new product in the system. Say it is a, for example, information. So that type of alerts we can give as information, like that. Based on the priority, we need to select it the error, information or warning. And alert description, I will give as a the yeah, Sandeep. No. Yeah, no problem. So here I am giving the description. Like for our alert, we will give ZAPO1 negative forecast. Like by seeing the description, we can say, okay, this is for the negative forecast, like that. Negative forecast. And here, like a threshold value and relationship. Say for example, if I want to maintain based on the some value, say if my sales are like my sales orders are exceeded the forecast, like 10% or 20% greater than, like sales orders are greater than 20% of the total forecast, then you can generate a message like that. If you want to compare with other key figure and you want to take some value greater than less than, then we can use this value. So here you can give 20% or greater than, like that we can use this option. And save it. And after save, enter again. So it will ask you to create a transport request. So create a transport request, select this button, and you can use something like some description you can give and save it, so that it will create a transport request, and continue. So come back. Now you can see our whatever the alert we have created. All the alerts are there, existing alerts are there in the system, and this is our alert 7003. And come out from the screen. Like we have created our own alert type, and now here you can see that APO supply and demand planning. Like whatever the demand planning and supply network planning alerts we have to create here. This is for the ATP, and this is for the transportation planning and vehicle scheduling, like TPVs and vehicle scheduling, like VMI scenarios, like extended warehouse management, like that. Different modules, we have the different folders. And this is for the service parts management, like that. So here you can see the existing profiles. We will create our own profile. Right click and go to the create. here we have to create two profiles. One is the application profile. In the application profile, we have to define what is the element we want to run. So that one we will assign to the overall profile, so that in the overall profile we can able to monitor the alerts. Here we are defining the alert and assigning to here, so that here we can monitor whatever the alerts are there. And this overall profile and application profile we are assigning here in this frame. I will show you the process. So first I am creating a application profile ZAPO1 AP application profile. ZAPO1 AP application profile and create it. Now you can see HDP database macro alert. So select here, and these are the existing alert types. So we have created our own alert type. So we will select our own alert type. This is the ZAPO1 negative forecast. So if you give thread value, you can give here like greater than, less than, like that. And now if you go up, now the bulb will be on. Earlier this is like off. Once we have selected, it will be on.
Okay.
And here for what planning book, it should be refer the values. So we will give our planning book. ZAPO1 planning book. And in the planning book, what is the data view you want to select? Like under the database select. We have the dynamic and the database, but we have to select the database select. ZAPO1 monthly planning. Enter and save it. Now we will create a overall profile. We have created the application profile. In the application profile, we have selected our alert type, and we have given the planning book and data view. And even if you want, you can do the selection ID also here, so that it will run only for the particular selection ID. And go to the create, select the overall profile, and give the name ZAPO1 OP overall profile. ZAPO1 OP overall profile. Create it. So here we need to give the version, active version, and time intervals we can give. Say for example, we are running for 24 months, you can give the 24 months. And here select the APO supply and demand planning, and here you can see this is the alert profile. So here the application profile, whatever we have created the application profile, we are assigning to the overall profile. So ZAPO1 AP application profile assigning to overall profile ZAPO AP. And then save it. Now go to the user settings, and here the overall profile is drag and drop to your user profile, so that this whatever the alerts are there in this overall profile, we can monitor it. This is for the monitoring purpose. Like once we have generated, we will see how to monitor it. But like just I am assigning to my profile. Then save. And
where do we use that application concern? We don't use that anymore.
No, I will show you.
Application and overall.
Yeah, I will show you. In the application profile, in the demand planning and environment, and go to the current settings, assign planners to alert profile. Here you can assign the application profile. Like here, since authorization is not there, so we don't have the create button. So what I will do, I will overwrite the existing one. I am taking my ID Nagaraj, and planning area I will take as a ZAPO1, and SDP profile we have created the application profile as a ZAPO1 AP. So here application profile we are assigning, so that we are eligible to run this alerts. So overall profile for monitoring the alerts. Okay, Sandeep? Yeah, I will save it. Nagaraj, GAPO 1 and GAPO 1 AP application profile. Now, the configuration of alert is over, but to trigger alert, at least to trigger alert, we need to give some macro. Like via macro only, it will trigger the alert. Just configuration is over, but to run to trigger this alert, we need to create some macros. So to create a macro, we need to go to the again macro workbench /SAP APO ADVM and go to our planning book ZAPO1 and double click. It will take you into the macro workbench. Now we will create a macro wherever the total forecast values are less than 0. Less than 0 is nothing but like a negative values. So it will trigger a alert. And I will give another step. First step as a to delete the old alerts. Like whatever the alerts in the system, you can delete it. And you can create a new alerts like always. For example, we are running this into this week, and if you are running from the next week, I don't want the old alerts. So I want to delete the old alerts and to again create a new alerts. Like that, we will write a macro. Here we are writing two steps. One is for the deleting old alerts, and another one is creating the new alerts.
Okay.
So same again. Select the macro, drag and drop here, like a negative forecast ZAPO1, and I will give a button. To run this one, I will give a button. So we can take any one of the button. Like I will take this button and continue. So first step, drag and drop. Like here what we are doing, deleting the old alerts. So alerts, we have to select these options. This is the alert option. So drag and drop here. So here, what is the action? What action we want? We want to delete. What you want to delete? Your alert. What is our alert? ZAPO1 negative forecast. And here, if it is the individual bucket, it will check by bucket, like month by month, 11, 12, like that. If it is the total horizon, it will take for the total horizon. Global validity, it will take entire horizon of the planning area. And this is the planning book and data view. So first what it will do, it will delete whatever the alert types are there, ZAPO1 negative forecast. Now we can take the second step. Second step will generate a new alert. So here we will give a condition if my total forecast is less than 0. So negative forecast ZAPO1 and go to the condition if next level, if condition I will give if negative forecast if total forecast, select operator, I will take as a less than 0. And then update a macro. Here update a macro. Update alert text, you can give the text negative forecast for GAPO1, and the alert type, whatever we have created that alert type, we will give this one, and individual buckets, and you want warning or error message, and SDP database alert, and planning book and database. Now I have opened the if condition, so I will close the if condition with end if. So end if. Now we can see we have the two steps. Total two steps we have. One is the delete old alerts. Whatever the old alerts, you can delete it. Then if my total forecast less than 0, it means what less than 0 is nothing but like a negative value.
Okay.
If total forecast is less than 0, please create an alert. This is the condition we have given. For example, here if you want to sales orders forecast, you want to check, you can give the sales orders are greater than forecast. Then trigger a message. Like that also, here we can put this condition, like if condition, we can put whatever the formula you want here.
Yeah.
So I will check and execute or activate. So everything is green. So I will not put as a default macro, I will put as a depot, and I will anyway I have given that user button, so I can run in the interactive planning directly. Now go to the interactive planning, load the data, here you can see the macro is appearing here, negative forecast GAP1, and here only 12/2011 only we can see the total forecast as a negative values. Remaining all months it is a positive values only. So if I run this macro, you should give a message month 2011, December 2011 having the negative values. That is the message system should trigger. Yes. So I will trigger a message. Like first I will run this macro.
Okay.
So we have executed the macro. To see the alert, this is the alerts refresh. If you put the refresh, it will show the alert here. So now it is created a alert for month 12/2011 negative forecast values are there. Like that it will show the message. Now the user will go here and he will delete this value and he will save this value, like how he is correcting. And again if we run this one, and again if you refresh, you will not get any message, because now here there is no negative forecast values. Again I will do for month 1, I will give some negative values and I will save and I will run this macro. This is on and off, like you can put on and off alert. If you refresh, it will trigger a message like a month 1 2012 we have the alerts. But I told you, like we can check the alerts in the different screen. Like normally the user, they will check into the different screen. That is nothing but like a go to the supply chain monitoring, go to the alerts monitor, go to the AMON one. You remember our overall profile we are assigned to our user ID. So that is the reason it is showing here.
Okay.
So select the redetermine and it will show the alerts. If you click here, it will show the same alerts. Say for example, I will come out from here. Now you can select this alert, and if you go this one, it will open the interactive planning screen directly. From here to, we can directly go to the interactive planning screen also, like that. So like that we can trigger the messages. You can see once it is corrected, user can delete the alert, like they can select it and they can delete this one. and if they want to hide, they
Don't
can.
get deleted automatically.
Yeah, otherwise if you manually correct it, next run automatically it will delete it. Like in the macro, we have given the first step to delete the old alerts. So it will delete it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and there is no negative forecast value, so it will not create any alert like that.
Okay.
These are the options, like you can export to like Excel sheet, and assigning, designing, and you can change the layout. This is the layout, you can change it, hide the macro and delete the macro, and you can send a macro as a mail or SMS, like that we can send it. Like this is a forward the alert, and mail and SMS also we can do, but for this one we need a server connections again. And you can freeze the alert. Freezing means, like for example, if you freeze this alert, if any next run, it will not override this alert. Like that, if you don't want to override the some alerts, we can freeze it, so it will not override the successor runs.
Okay. Okay.
And if you already check this macro, just you can put as a, okay, I have already checked this macro. Like there is a 10 macro, 10 alerts are there, so I read this one. Okay, I will put as a checkbox. Like that, we can use the checkbox also.
Okay.
Normally, all these things like a statistical forecast, this alerts and macros, everything normally we used to run into the background jobs. So that will be covered tomorrow. How we have to run in the background jobs.